Hello everyone, so I have some gaming news for you guys today. Now today's gaming news is going to be half Sony and half about Microsoft. Now the first thing I'm going to talk about has to do with Watch Dogs. Now previously if you went to Sony's website there was a section about Watch Dogs with a picture, and on that picture there was a paragraph of text. And at the very bottom of that text there was a statement from Sony stating that the game was going to be able to run at 1080p 60 frames per second, and just recently that statement has been removed and everything else has been left the same. Now immediately a lot of people noticed this, and especially considering the fact that this game is supposed to be one of the most anticipated games of the year, this game had the highest chance of something like this completely being noticed by a lot of people, and as a result it has. Now this doesn't surprise me too much, just because when the game was being first announced they made it really sound like the game was more likely going to end up running at 30 frames per second 1080p, and even recently they came out and said that what they're focusing on is making it run at a constant 30 frames per second at 1080p. And even if they make some improvements and make things run smoother, it's not going to be as enough to really make a jump from 30 to 60 frames per second. And I guess Sony just really had high hopes, and they were just extremely hoping that they were able to get 60 frames per second by launch. Now Sony has recently came out and said that the executives of the company are going to have a 50% budget cut, and even though that really sucks, those executives compared to most people make a lot of money compared to the average person, so it's not going to be too much of a problem, at least for them. And also the reason that they're doing this is because they really have no choice, because lately they've been losing billions and billions of dollars within just the last year alone, because they make so many types of products, whether it's smartphones, computers, cameras, just about anything really when it comes to electronics, and they've been losing billions and billions of dollars over the years, especially lately, and they've had to do as much as they can to really try to reserve things, and they're looking into gaming being their last resort and their biggest, most highest chance of really surviving as a company, and that's why they're focusing so much on the gaming side of things. So even though this really sucks, it's not that big of a deal, and it's something that was definitely most necessary, because, you know, everyone, I'm sure, even if you don't like Sony quite so much, the survival of a company like them is extremely important. And if a couple of people have to get some budget cuts, then, you know, it just has to happen, you know, and it's all for the better. And the next thing I'm going to talk about has to do with Microsoft. Now, Microsoft, for the longest time, has been making it so then you are required to have Xbox Live Gold membership just to be able to use simple things like Hulu Plus or Netflix on your Xbox 360. Now, recently they've came out and stated that they are going to be making it so then you no longer need gold membership just to be able to use those programs. So that's really great to see, because I know a lot of people did get extremely upset knowing that they need to have gold just to be able to actually, you know, use Netflix, and Netflix is something that, you know, they already paid for. So this is really great to see, and it seems like Microsoft really got their head in the game. And I say that because recently they've had a new CEO, and also recently Skype, which is owned by Microsoft, they've came on and said that they are going to be making it so then you do not need a membership just to be able to use group video chat. And seeing all these changes is an extremely good thing, and it's nice to see some really good changes very quickly after getting a new CEO. And the next thing is, which this is something people have been begging for within the last year, let's just leave it at that, and that is for a price cut on the Xbox One, because it's been $100 more than the PS4 for a very long time, and most people just do not like the Kinect. I understand why it's there. It's a necessary investment, and plus they want game developers that want to use the Kinect for their game. They want those companies to know that, hey, 100% of the people that own an Xbox One are going to have a Kinect, so your chances of making sales and people being able to play your game, which requires a Kinect, is extremely high. And it looks like Microsoft has finally decided to completely cut off the Kinect and make a $399 version of the Xbox One. Now they're still going to have one with the Kinect, but you'll have a $399 option, and that is extremely great because it's the same price of the PS4 and it's just much more reasonable overall. Now they are going to be selling the Kinect separately, but they really don't know, and they haven't really told us the exact price, but we do know it's going to be over $100. Hopefully not $200, maybe $150, because $200 is just way too much. So if for whatever reason you want to get a Kinect later on, whether it's because of the simple functions or what you could use it for, or maybe a really great game or one that you're looking forward to requires a Kinect, you can actually get that separately later on. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Sorry for rambling on a little bit, and if I messed up a couple times, sorry about that. But it's been a while since I've done a video, and let's just say last week was pretty crazy. There were some changes going on, and my internet got shut off for a few days. Let's just say my ISP decided to shut it off on the one day that they had no customer support. So when I tried to call them to get it resolved and fixed, I had no one to talk to. So I had to wait a while to get it turned back on. So sorry about that, guys. I'm back, and I'm going to try to do as many videos as possible. And anyways, so other than that, thank you again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.